much, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. There always is. So copy this, paste that, and then we're going to write here, just leave it a few spaces, assault cube memory hacker. Yeah, and then once again we want one of these bad boys in there. So put that in there, just do that, doesn't really matter, because we want to end that line, we don't want to continue. So make sure this is about, yeah, about that. It doesn't, you don't need any more space here because it'll look like there's a space there anyway. So then we go, oops, so we want to go std cout and do that, and we want to put in there, we want to go game, so put that in capitals, game status, put the colon in, and we want to leave that, and we want to go like that, game status. Alright, make sure that variable is the one we're using, and then we do this again, and we say, so what we're doing here is we're setting the game status to, it could say assault cube not found, or assault cube ready tag. That's the whole point of this here, and that, and the whole thing. And then we say, we leave a little bit of space. Alright, trying to figure out why I left a bit of space here. Doesn't look like it's necessary. Either way, let's just copy this so we can end two lines. I'm actually not sure why I had space on this. I hate going back and just seeing errors whilst I'm doing the tutorial for you guys. It's stupid. So hopefully that won't be necessary. Yeah, it isn't necessary. So basically what we do here again is just copy that, because we just want to print that. Do I have two of those? I do. So do that, and then we're going to go open these bad boys, F1. Once again, this is all up to preference, guys. This is the way I like doing this. I could have done it any other way, but it doesn't really matter as long as it works how we want it to work. Unlimited ammo. I'll put a little arrow pointing because it helps the user, you know, knowing what the status of the thingy is. S ammo status. So is it on? Is it off? We'll find out like that. And then this one, I think this is why I copied it for the other one. Because so leave a space, make sure you got a space here and a space right here, so leave that like that, and then go like that, and I believe that's where our, let's copy these once again, that's what we want, two end lines, don't forget that, because that's just the way this is going to look in the end. Now this is very similar, so copy that one. F2 we want for our unlimited health, so that's our unlimited health, and we once again change this to health status, and we want to end that line once again. So all we're doing is we're telling the user that he can use F1 and F2 to kill those things. Now once we do the DLL code injection, you won't see as much user friendliness here as here, but you should get the idea, because when you're injecting DLLs and stuff, you should be following a README or something like that. But not always. I think sometimes you do menus in game, but I'm nowhere near that far yet. And then we're going to do this again, so do this again, just copy that, put that there, and we're going to write insert in capitals here, because if the key insert is pressed, we exit. Alright, insert, exit, do that, very simple. And we don't really need two end lines here. I mean, it's just quite straightforward, just do one, it'll be fine. So we have the two end lines there, which seems fine to me, I believe. Yep, this looks good. So what we want to say here is we want to say update on next run equals false. So if that was what triggered the thingy, the loop here, not the if statement. Sorry, I'm really tired at this point, guys. So if that's what triggered the if statement here, then we're basically just saying, you know, update on next run, don't update on next run. Right, because we don't update, because we've just done that. And then time since last update, oops, my typing's terrible, equals clock. So if this doesn't happen, we wait until 5 seconds have gone till we do our next update. So that's about it, and there isn't much to go, guys, before we finish this actually, because compared to my other tutorials, this is a fairly short one. Okay, so we close that, and then we say down here, we say if is, so if after all that game is available, right, we write to memory. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we've done our main, so we're going to go, so just put a comment here and write to memory, just write that if you like. function, alright? Now, we're gonna need to finish something first. Yeah, so what we're gonna do now, the next part we're doing here, so leave that like it is, because that's where we're gonna write our memory. So leave that. So make sure we're still within our while loop. So that's our if there. We don't want to be within that if anymore. So leave that. And then what we do here is we say if clock, right, minus one press timer. Now one press timer exists to stop people, or not people. Did we define that? Is that alright? Is that small o we define that as? Yep, there you go. One press timer. We do this because when we're holding a key, so when we press a key, for example, you'll see that if you don't have this, the F1, it'll turn the status on and off, on and off. So if you press F1 once, for example, it'll turn your limited ammo probably on about 4 times. And we don't want that, and I didn't say 4 times because we got 400, but just a number, just an example there for you. We don't want that. We want the, you press F1, you know, it changes quite slowly, nothing wrong with that, like a normal button would work, I guess. And you know, you want to turn it off, you press again, full press, and 400 milliseconds, just because it's a good number, I think. You can do 300, 350, just as long as it's not, if it's not there, then you're going to have a problem. Then you say if is game avail, then you say, now this is just like we did earlier pretty much, right? So we're just making sure the game is available to do our thing. Then we say if get, so just do that, async, yeah, there you go, get async key state, and we're going to go for, make sure it's capitals VK. Now these are defined within Windows, so if you don't see a key that's defined, then that means you got to redefine it yourself. But there's, if you look for virtual key codes online, you'll find them all. Alright, so we want to go for F1, because that's one, if it presses F1 we're going to do something. And then what the hell, what's wrong with that? Oh shit, sorry. So that should be 2 thingies to close it. So one press timer, once again this is bloody small, so just copy that for God's sakes. Equals clock, so you press the button, we start the timer saying, you know, you can't press it again until 400 milliseconds have gone. Then we say ammo status equals not ammo status. So we're saying ammo status equals the opposite of what it was before. And then we say update on next run equals true. Now the reason for that is because for God's sakes, fucking fat fingers. Basically what we're saying is update on next run, so a value's been changed, let's update it next time this loop goes in. So here, that will be true. And then now next one will be if ammo status S. So if ammo status was turned on, we turn it off. So S ammo, sorry, if it was turned on, we display that text on the string, equals on big letters. Then we're saying else, if that didn't happen, S ammo status equals off. So if it was on, we say, you know, if we turned it on, we say on. If we turn it off, we say off. Is pretty much common sense right there. And our next one is basically the same, right? Let's just copy that. We don't really care. So make sure it's an else, because you know it's you can't have both at the same time. We won't let the user have that. So change that if it equals F2. So that's our health one. Leave a little thing there, just to make sure we know exactly which ones it is. But you know, my solution will have all the comments anyway. That's what I usually do. I'm sure you guys do the same. And wherever you see ammo, change it to health. So health status equals not health status, update on next run equals also true. And if health status, then S health status, and that's the same really, just the same. Make sure you copy and paste properly so we don't make mistakes. And that's pretty much it for that one. And we are just at the end of our main loop, so now we get out of everything here. Make sure, so just check if you have to close that. That's out of our while loop. So once our while loop is broken out of, we're going to do one or two things. So close handle, we're going to close our handles, alright, so we don't have any problems. H proc handle, so that's our process handle, alright, and just the same again. H game window. So just close our handles, we don't really care about them for now. And now our next function, next thing we want to do is we want to go return capitals error underscore success. And what we're going to say here is we want to return and say that the action was completed successfully. So the loop was completed successfully, just return. This doesn't actually mean anything, you can just do return true if you like, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what we're doing now is we finished our main function pretty much. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to have a quick look at what we need to do for, obviously our program isn't finished, but all we need to do is add 2 more functions and we're done. Two very nice functions in my opinion. So what we're going to do, start by writing our write to memory function, alright? So you see the one we commented here, that's what we're going to call it. So let's call it here, so we're going to go void, oops, oh my god, my typing's so bad, void write to memory. Alright, we're going to send the handle in there so we know what process handle we've got, because we'll need that. You'll see proc handle, and then close that. Handle h proc handle, what's the problem with that? Our identifier handle is undefined. Oh sorry, it's big capital. And then what we say here is very straightforward. We say if ammo status, right? If ammo is on, basically we do something about it. Otherwise, oh sorry, not otherwise. Our next one's going to be if health status. We'll do that one after this one. So this is a bit of a big one. D word ammo address to write equals find DMA addy. Now we haven't done this function yet. We're going to write it quickly. Actually, we'll write this rather quickly. Can we write this quickly? I believe we can not. So let's just do this first. Let's do that one just above this one. So feel free to comment that for now. We're going to do that function and we're going to do this one and then we're done. We'll find any errors and then we'll get rid of everything. So this one returns dword, which is the one as you can see right here. So dword equals find DMA addy. So all we're going to do is going to go here find DMA addy. And what we receive here, we receive int pointer level, and this is what I told you that would handle any number of pointers. That's how I designed this. I designed it to handle a lot of pointers, well as many as you got, I guess. It receives the pointer level, so for the ammo for example we'll receive 3 because that's 3 pointers. A handle called hproc handle. You can declare this as global if you like, I mean it doesn't really matter, so you don't have to pass it through the as a parameter. And we're going to go offsets, so the offsets of that address, and then base address. Now all we need technically is our base address, and sorry that's a D word there as well, D word, and then we're going to go like that. Alright, and that is my bad. Actually just copy this quickly. We're going to need to do our function prototypes. Now if you've only used C#, you don't know about these, but function prototypes basically need to be declared at the top here, otherwise when we run them it won't work. You get just an identifier missing or something like that error. So make sure you call this one. We'll do one for the other function as well. Yeah, just do that, void. You need to declare these at the top, and then just make sure you close it with a semicolon. So that's about that. So first thing we do here, first thing we declare is dword pointer. That's our pointer there, equals base address. So equals this here, and then we're going to do a calculation, right? The reason why we've got the offsets is so we can do a calculation and find out from the base address, we add the offsets. Do we add them? Let me just remember if we add yeah,